All right, we are live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Week Unloaded. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of This Week Unloaded, episode 142. Um, as you saw, if you were out there at the beginning of the show when we started off, we lost a member of our YouTube family this past week in 45 Alpha Charlie Papa, and just wanted to do a little tribute to him at the beginning of the show. So, our way of saying goodbye. And so, again, if you saw the picture, it's he was in bad shape for a while in the hospital. Yeah, it wasn't looking good, but it's not a good thing when that happens. So, anyway, moving on along. Tonight with us so far we have New York Outcast, Mr. Rob B. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, people. Sorry to hear about 45 Alpha Papa there. So, uh, best of wishes go out to his family.
G23 said he passed away on his birthday.
Wow. Well, that's I don't know what that is, but strange, I guess.
Yeah. So far out there in the chat, we do have the aforementioned G23 and Kingpin's out there. I sent him a link. I didn't know if he would try jumping in on his phone or not, but he was having some serious laptop issues last night when we were trying to do the wrestling show. Hopefully he gets that all sorted soon so he can jump back in here and be involved with the panel and everything.
Might have caught a virus from one of those wrestlers.
Uh, and not the problem he was having. But yeah, also out there we have Tactical Fud, otherwise known as Buck. So even to you. And Jason Stewart says he is driving home. Even all y'all gentlemen out there. Yeah. And believe it or not, we have topics this week. We want to start with government overreach on the part of a teacher in Pennsylvania, Alec Baldwin being sued, or Joe Biden's bad week.
I'll let them decide. I'm not thrilled about any of it.
We also got Gizzard Gary jumping in out there, who is going to be covering for Midnight Range tonight when we're done here. So when we're done here, you can head over to Gizzard's channel and catch that. And so we got Black Cat Outdoors out there as well. Kingpin said he wants to start with Alec Baldwin. Nobody else is answering, so I guess we'll give the vote to Kingpin, and we'll go with Alec Baldwin to start the show. So put up the screen share here.
Is he trying to sue himself by any chance?
No, he's being sued by an Afghan veteran. This comes from the Daily Caller. Alec Baldwin sued by Afghanistan hero Riley McCollum's family. Written by Katie Jerkovich, the entertainment reporter for Daily Caller, and the story was published on January 19th. Alec Baldwin is being sued by the family of fallen Marine and Afghanistan hero Riley McCollum after he accused McCollum's sister of being a rioter on January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The 63-year-old actor reached out to one of McCollum's sisters. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Royce McCollum, I guess is how you pronounce that. Over Instagram and sent her $5,000 to support the fallen Marine's widow, Gina. I guess that's Gina Creighton, and her newborn baby, the Casper Star Tribune reported in a piece published today. Riley McCollum was one of 13 U.S. service members killed in the 2021 bombings at the Hamid Karzai International Airport in Kabul, Afghanistan, during the U.S. withdrawal after the country was taken over by the Taliban. In January of 2022, the Saturday Night Live star commented, is he really a Saturday Night Live star? He's hosted it a couple times. I don't know. Anyway, commented on photos of Royce McCollum had shared on excuse me, Instagram of her attending the January 6th demonstrations in support of then President Donald Trump at the Washington Monument, according to the outlet. She captioned the post "Throwback." Are you the same woman that I sent the money to for your sister's husband who was killed during the Afghanistan exit? Baldwin wrote on Instagram in a since deleted post. The suit noted, according to the outlet. He also accused her of being an insurrectionist, the Casper Star reported. In screenshots of private messages from Baldwin to Royce McCollum shared in the suit, the 30 rock star reported that he accused her of being a January 6th rioter. He also reportedly said her actions resulted in the unlawful destruction of government property in the death of a law enforcement officer, the New York Post noted. Baldwin also let her know he had reposted the photo she shared, according to the complaint, and told her good luck. The suit also alleges Baldwin wrote a message next to the pictures that said any claims the January 6th protests were nonviolent were I'm going to say bullshit, and that truth is stranger than fiction, the Casper Star noted. The post is no longer on Instagram. The suit claims Royce wasn't part of the riots that took place after January 6th rally and that she had been cleared by the FBI after an investigative interview. Creighton Royce and her sister, Cheyenne McCollum, said Baldwin's actions have caused them to receive death threats and harmful messages. The sisters and the widow are suing the actor for $25 million, alleging defamation and invasion of privacy, among other things, the Casper Star reported. The suit calls Baldwin's comments false, outrageous, defamatory, I can't talk, irresponsible, and vindictive. The Combs sisters and Creighton also alleged the backlash caused them severe emotional distress and they feared for their lives. The three women are asking for a jury trial to determine the amount of damages that could be awarded, according to the outlet. So once again, Alec Baldwin shows himself to be one huge piece of shit. So, what are your thoughts on that one, Rob? You were there on this January 6th thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I disagree with his take on it, and I mean, all in all, I'm not a biggie for lawsuits, but this day and age, whatever, not whatever, but it's what people do. So, if it did cause her some issues, which I'm sure it probably did. I've received threats and stuff myself. I think it's hilarious, but if it did become a problem, then yeah, it should probably something he's gonna have to deal with, I guess, in this day and age. I kind of think it's crazy, like in a way. Us people that were there that are getting called, terrorist or insurrectionist or whatever, that's putting a label on a lot of, in my opinion, decent, patriotic Americans, and that's shameful. But there's no grand lawsuit helping us out. So, but I don't know. Sounds like normal crap. Just sad somebody's willing and his position, I guess, with his voice, if you want to call it that, to make claims without having any personal knowledge of anything, obviously. So, but that's this day and age.
Yeah, and the best part is, while he's calling this woman all these names and stuff, he's also probably supporting all the riots that have been going on in other cities on behalf of Black Lives Matter and Antifa and all that other garbage. So there's another,
Probably. I
yeah,
mean, for all we know, he helped support the people that did do some damage on the six. So, but yeah, I probably don't have to put it out there, but apparently I do. But things started happening. Trump spoke late, so well, everybody, all the Trumpers per se, were down at the memorial or monument there, waiting for Trump to speak when problems started happening at the Capitol, and then the word passed through, and everybody, basically hauled butt down there, which isn't just right around the corner. It takes a minute to get down there, and that's when things started kicking up. So I personally believe a lot of that stuff happened prior to the majority of the people even getting to the building. But they slice and dice and put things together and make things look like what they're not, in my opinion. So, but yeah, the news, everybody else is going to tell you all that. So the timeline's off on the damage that was done in some cases. So, but again, you're never going to see that from the news. So, for them to try to put the blame or try to say everybody was a rioter or this, that's just pure ridiculous, in my opinion.
yeah. And then his comment about her being there led to the death of at least one police. That's a total crock and shit, because that whole scenario has been debunked. The guy didn't die from any injuries that resulted of anything that happened that day. He went home. He went to bed and had a stroke. That could happen to anybody at any given time. There was, when they did the autopsy and that, because I remember they tried saying he was hitting the head with a fire extinguisher or some nonsense, and there was absolutely no physical evidence of that whatsoever having happened. So for him to even make that comment is complete. Not only is it defamatory, it's false. So hypocrisy at its finest going on right here. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you anything that if I remember correctly, Baldwin is one of the celebrities that was contributing money to have Black Lives Matter rioters bailed out of jail. The ones that were arrested. So, complete double standard there. Black Cat says he saw that story. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely it is. And he says start with Alec and end with Adam. Or you could start with Alec if you want to keep it in the family and end with Steven. I mean, Adam Baldwin's not actually a member of their family. So. Yeah, no, you're not lagging. Nobody said anything since you did. So
I figured he would be getting sued with something to do about this shooting. Honestly, that's what I figured it was going to be about. So.
Oh, don't think that he won't be. They're still waiting on the criminal investigation. Once the criminal side gets laid to rest, that's usually when you see the wrongful death suits and everything start to pop up.
So these people jumped in there quick. They want to make sure they get their cut first.
Well, this is unrelated to that, so.
Yeah, I know, but yeah,
it just makes him.
Sure, he's gonna have a lot of bills to pay.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have some money to pay out. No, you're fine there, Rob. The other Rob, RL, Black Cat. What are you going to call him? Just don't call him like with Mike earlier on Budget Show. Just don't call him late for dinner. Though, if we're being honest, RL can stand to lose a few pounds. Yeah.
Well, he gets those solicitors, nosy neighbors, and then he's got to turn them into a pot of chili on his stove during a live chat. So,
is that what it is?
You got to do something with these damn people.
So what you're saying is he's Eric Cartman from South Park, only instead of the kid that bullies him that turned it into chili. It's politicians that he doesn't like. Is that what we're talking about here?
Something like that. But I'm pretty sure he just donates all the chili.
Well, actually, it was the kid's parents that Cartman turned into chili. But you got the idea. Because killed the kid's parents, turned the kid's parents into chili, and then put pubes in it as well, and gave it to him to eat during the chili cook-off. Eric Cartman is an evil little son of a bitch.
Respect my authority.
Respect my
Ah!
authority. Yeah, I got a hat somewhere around here with that on it.
I always like that one.
Yeah. Or else shh. Just had an old friend over for dinner. Did you have liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti? See if you said anything about it.
Yeah. It's off topic, but way back, I had a girl give me a flower once, and I ate it, and she just fell in love.
Alrighty then.
So, yeah.
We'll just let that one alone. So, what next story? The overreach by teacher or Joe Biden's bad week?
Teacher. Oh, you let them figure it out.
Well, nobody's saying anything except for Black Hat. But he says it was a Yingling and red beans. He's not that cultured. And you don't have a PhD either, so. I guess we'll go with the teacher because nobody else is saying anything. You're the only one that said anything on it. Let me pull that story up and get these stories done and everything. Don't want to go all night because Gary's going to be starting in about.
You getting yelled at?
I don't know.
What you do now? You leave the seat down?
No. Okay. Here we go. This story comes from Fox News. Pennsylvania parents outraged after school employee tapes mask to child's face. The school said it is addressing the incident with the employee. The story was written by Tyler O'Neill for Fox News.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about this.
Yeah. Parents
Crazy, man.
Oh, yeah. Parents in a Pennsylvania school district have expressed outrage after a photo of a school employee using tape to affix a mask to the child's face went viral online. The school district has confirmed that the photo is genuine. Pro mask or anti mask, I hope we can all agree that taping masks to children's faces crosses the line, the Facebook group North Penn Stronger Together posted online Monday with the photo. This is not a joke for the child or the parents. The North Penn School District confirmed that the picture is genuine. And here's the picture with the child's face blurred to protect their identity. But you can see where the teacher has the tape there in their right hand. And it's already
Does it
applied
say
tape.
how old the child is?
I would guess fairly young from this picture.
It looks
And
young from the picture, but it could be a teenager slouching down or something. It's hard to, you know, but it does look young from the picture.
yeah. An image taken in one of our classrooms last week and circulated on social media does not represent the universal values that North Penn School District I'll spit this out eventually. My tongue does not want to cooperate right now. Pick up. Strives to instill in both our students and staff, the school district admitted in a statement Wednesday. After an immediate investigation, it was determined that while the incident was isolated and no malice was intended, the actions of the teacher were entirely inappropriate and unacceptable no matter the context. We understand that the act of taping a mask to a student's face is concerning to many and apologize that it occurred, the district added. The matter is serious and is being addressed with the employee. However, all personnel and student matters are confidential and no further information can be provided. The lack of good judgment and common sense demonstrated by this educator is shocking, a spokesperson for the North Penn Stronger Together Facebook group told Fox News in a statement. There is no justification for this action, regardless of whether the intent was playful, joking, malicious, or something else. The fact that our school district leaders did not immediately remove this educator from any classroom responsibility may be a bigger and more shocking offense, the group spokesperson added. Every district should have or should take measures to ensure that this does not happen in their schools. Chuck Colesto, former candidate for Florida's 3rd Congressional District, drew attention to the incident on Twitter. A teacher at Pennsylvania's Penfield Middle School, so it's a middle school kid, caught taping mask to young child's face in class, Colesto tweeted. The North Penn School District serves the Montgomery County suburbs of Philadelphia. More children have been hospitalized due to the Omicron variant than with previous variants. Also, even so, children are blah blah blah, and that's a total crock of shit too. But yeah, so yep, we got teachers taping masks to children's faces now.
Man, I wish we could know more about it. You know, obviously from the stance, from the initial look, not good at all. But if it was some type of joke and the kid was like, "Oh, can you help me tape my mask on?" and then it was just happened to be that photo, and then the teachers, that's just kind of a shitty deal. But not that I think a kid would, but people have weird humor sometimes, so it'd be a shame if it was something like that. Destroyed a good teacher, if you want to say that, but more than likely the way they frame it is probably not the case. But I do wish we had more information. And if it was a teen, like, I don't know, there'd be no way in hell you'd get a mask on me as a teen or something like that if I didn't want one. Like, I don't give a, you're not my dad, I don't care who you are. So I don't know, but young toddler, that's definitely kind of crossing the line. For all they know, there's healthy reasons that the child, is not supposed to have a mask.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be nice to know exactly what context that. I mean, that's what like the congressman said. Whatever the context, why she was doing it, she shouldn't have done it. But it would be nice to know exactly what the context was for it. But the school district apparently is not going to be releasing that information, which is bad. But when Black Cat says that he's MPA and their school district doesn't even require masks, it's Philly. It's a whole different world. But yeah, Philly's crazy. And I totally agree with Buck on this one. She should be fired. Yeah, she absolutely should be fired. And MKJO says, by the way, evening, sir. Says that they want cops to wear cameras, then all public schools should have them too. Yeah, you can't trust too many teachers. Yeah, you can't trust teachers. When they're doing this kind of shit, and you got other teachers trying to tell kids that, the whole LGBTQ bullshit that they're, no, this has to stop. These teachers have to be held accountable for this kind of bullshit.
If it was forcive, then I'm definitely in agreement. But without full context, it's hard to just condemn everybody. So you'd like to think everybody's not an asshole, but unfortunately, some truly are.
Yeah. This teacher, like I said, I don't even think you really need to know the context too much to know that this teacher overdid it. That should not have happened.
Well, like I said, if it was a whole joke thing between a student and kid, and they were playing along for 2 days, and it came to a head with that, and they got on camera, I don't know. Yeah, it's the context. So, do I agree with it? Do I think it's cool? No, but it might not have been the way it's, how pictures look. I mean, geez, you taking care of your own kid can make you look dirty in the wrong light, possibly. You know what I mean? It's just context. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the context on this one. It's still inappropriate for a teacher to
yeah, but he's just willingly just sitting there too. So for all you know, the kid's got a big grin on his face, and that's why they blurted it out. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, no, because in a situation like that, depending on the child's age, there's legal reasons why they have to blur the image. If they were,
Yeah, I understand that because it's a minor and all that.
Right.
But I'm just stating there's information we don't know, so it's kind of
you got the
judgmental just to say it's
a
problem. It's more likely it is, but we can't say for 100% sure.
Well, we do have a little bit of context because the school board itself, in their statement, did say that she acted inappropriately. They just aren't saying exactly what action is being taken about it. So they did, or what context, but they did say she acted appropriately.
But to the school board, that could be, you did something that backfired and made us look bad, so that's your ass. I don't know. I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm just stating, without full whatever it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Without the full story, what I mean? Yeah, I definitely. And more than likely, it's probably something dirty the way things are going these days. But I just hate to condemn somebody without actual evidence.
Yeah, and again, you got to take into consideration where it happened. I mean, Philadelphia. It's the Philadelphia area, and Philadelphia is going to Philadelphia. If you know what I mean. Definitely a situation where that's going on there. Now we have Zeus out there says Kingpin sent them, so evening to you. And I guess he's from Vulcan since he's doing the long and prosper symbol there. Alrighty.
I don't know what Kingpin told you, but it's probably only half true. Anything good is legitimate. Anything bad, he was speaking of Rich.
Yeah, it's all Rob's fault. All right, so I guess now we're on to Joe Biden's bad week. Two things happened with Biden this week. One, we got Garage Guy out there. So even into you too. Well, Spock was half Vulcan, Madcap. The live long and prosper thing, that's Vulcan. That's yeah. I freely admit that I grew up watching Star Trek and Star Trek Next Generation, and so gonna move on from there. Joe has a temper? No. Well, people with dementia do tend to get riled up easily if they realize that, people are saying things that they don't remember and stuff. I mean, it's a defense mechanism. Excuse me. But, first, the two voting laws that he was championing get battered down in the Senate. Neither one of them passed. Which means that the states with the photo ID required to vote and stuff, those laws will stand. And Joe wasn't happy about that. Then he had his gaffe where he says that what's going on the Ukraine border with Russia is okay if the Russians only do a small incursion or a minor incursion, I believe it's his actual words. So, a small invasion's okay. You can invade that farmer's farm and take his cows, but you better not go any farther into that small town. And then we get the story that I have here to pull up, and just the icing on the cake for Joe and the Democrats.
They finally catch him with his hand in the cookie jar?
No, that would be too good. That's too much to hope for. But this comes from the
Yeah, they do keep them fenced in, don't they?
oh yeah, this comes from the Washington Times. Two Senate Democrats joined with GOP to hand Biden bipartisan defeat on remaking the filibuster. This was written by Harris Alec from the Washington Times and was published on January 19th. I will learn to speak and read at some point, I promise everybody. Two Senate Democrats joined with all 50 Republicans to hand President Biden a resounding defeat on his push to change the filibuster and pass bad. See, I'm telling you, I can't read today. A
Not your
partisan.
night.
Yeah, no, not my night. I don't think I've gotten through any one of these stories so far without fucking up somewhere. That's a partisan rewrite of the nation's voting laws. In a 52 to 48 vote, lawmakers rejected a proposal by Senate Majority Leader Charles E. Schumer to remake the filibuster. Two moderate Democrats, Senators Joe Manchin III of West Virginia and Kirsten Sinema of Arizona, joined Republicans in opposition. For the last year, my Democratic colleagues have taken to the Senate floor to argue that repealing the filibuster is restoring the vision of the founding fathers intended for this deliberative body, said Mr. Manchin. My friends, that simply is not true, or that is simply not true. Damn, I'm reading it and saying the wrong words. Apart from accusing Democrats of trying to smear the filibuster in hopes of securing support for the so-called nuclear option, opponents argued that gutting the 60-vote threshold would only increase national divisions. The Senate is what has kept the country from wildly going in one direction and back in the other, said Senator Roy Blunt, Missouri Democrat, Republican. Damn, I'm reading Republican saying Democrat. We don't want to lose that. Democrats argued that changing the filibuster was the only way to secure passage of Mr. Biden's voting measures. Well, they weren't wrong. The Freedom to Vote Act and John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Both bills are central to the White House's efforts to overturn a slew of new ballot integrity measures passed by GOP-led states since the 2020 election. Yeah, in other words, they wanted to overturn the filibuster so that they could pass those laws so they can cheat again and have it be legal. The laws passed in legislatures throughout the country do nothing less than to discourage and prevent certain kinds of Americans, black and brown Americans, from participating in the democratic process, Mr. Schumer, New York Democrat. Inaction is not an option. Democrats in particular pointed to new voter ID laws and restrictions on vote by mail as proof of the new state laws target voters of color. No matter which way they did it, it all adds up to one thing, said Senator Amy Klobuchar, Minnesota Democrat, and that is voter suppression and limiting people's freedom to vote. Despite such arguments, Mr. Manchin and Ms. Sinema were not convinced to fall in line. Only a simple majority of the evenly split Senate was needed for the filibuster change to succeed. Mr. Schumer even attempted to entice wayward Democrats into supporting the change by specifically tailoring it to the voting bills. Under the proposal, lawmakers would have been required to continuously speak in opposition to the measures. Once the speech making was exhausted, the bills would have been eligible to pass with a simple majority vote once the speech making was exhausted. Currently, lawmakers are allowed to merely object to ending debate, forcing leaders to round up the 60 votes to keep this legislation alive. Opponents failed to buy into the proposal. Most argued that a one-time caveat from the Senate's rules would only set a precedent for future abuses by the majority. If Democrats eliminate the 60-vote rule for election legislation, there will soon be no filibuster left. Today it would be the carve out for election administration, said election administration, said Mr. Blunt. 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was a carve out for raising the debt limit. The next carve out would be for whatever seems important that day. Yeah, he's not wrong. The Senate's rejection of both Mr. Biden's voting bills and his push to remake the filibuster poses a significant blow to the White House's agenda. The dual defeats also come at a time when Mr. Biden is besieged by foreign crises abroad and economic challenges at home in the form of skyrocketing inflation. Although blowing up the filibuster was always a long shot given Democratic divisions, Mr. Biden embraced the cause wholeheartedly. The president lobbied lawmakers privately and publicly, even traveling to Capitol Hill to press Senate Democrats in person. Mr. Biden also tried to leverage the bully pulpit of the presidency, traveling to Georgia earlier this month to highlight the state's new voter law as as a tool to disenfranchise anyone who votes against Republicans. Do you want to be on the side of Dr. Martin Luther King or George Wallace? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? Mr. Biden said during the Georgia swing. This is the moment to decide to defend our elections, to defend our democracy. Well, we're not a democracy, sir. All of Mr. Biden's political capital went to waste, however, as Mr. Manchin and Ms. Sinema failed to be swayed into jettisoning the filibuster. And the best part that isn't covered in this article is Vice President Kamala Harris was in attendance, presiding over the Senate in case she had to cast a tying vote, and these two just rubbed that right in her goddamn face. So, okay. Yeah. Well, we got Kingpin.
Oh, word is she's got a lot of things in her face.
Well, Willie Brown's dead, so not so much anymore. Yeah, evening, Kingpin. You on your phone or your laptop?
I'm on the laptop right now, so
No, sounds good tonight so far.
yeah, I've reset it like 4 times today and turned a bunch of stuff off and deleted a bunch of stuff. So we'll see what happens. It started acting up a couple minutes ago. I also had like 6 windows open.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you're having going to be needing to get something new.
I'm
Could be
ready anyway. I'm gonna get. Hope, hopefully this will last until the end of February because I want to get my 1911 first. But the computer crashes, then I'll have to get that going.
Yeah.
Well, keep buying cheap ones because your videos got to raise flags in your area. So they probably got your little VPN and it's just destroy your stuff. Set a bomb over to it every time you make one of them videos. It makes too much sense.
Yeah, for a while there, every time I put out a video, I'd lose 10 subscribers as soon as it was posted.
Yeah, some people got no sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on that story, Rob?
Honestly, I was saying goodbye through most of it. So I missed quite a bit of it. But if Joe's upset, I'd call that a win.
Yeah, I would too. What about you, Kingpin? Did you hear? Were you? Did you get the hear what was going on in the article?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all good. I just hope the quote unquote people on our side don't do what they always do. And then Kristen Cinema's the greatest thing ever. Joe Manchin's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, both of them had been saying for a long time that they weren't going to vote to overturn the filibuster, and when it came down to it, they didn't. So, got to give them a little bit of credit for that one. But until they come to their senses on some other things.
They're both hardcore leftists. They're both hardcore leftists, and they just did this for whatever reason we don't know.
I just find it amazing that they actually stuck to their guns on it and weren't swayed.
Well, that's what politicians do, man.
Yeah.
They act one way and then step up here and then try to take a bunch of glory for it and get pushed in a new direction until they sell out somewhere else down the road. That's the damn problem with them all.
I just want to see if Joe Biden fires Joe Manchin's wife now.
Yeah, he ain't call him into the White House on Monday. Joe, you're fired. Oh, and then the other Joe be like, Joe, you can't fire me. I'm a senator. You're fired, damn it.
No, Joe Biden, the Biden administration gave Joe Manchin's wife a really big cush job.
Ah. Well, Joe does have dementia, so he might think that he could fire Manchin. That's where I thought you were going with it. So, but either way works. Yeah, Black Cat says they know they're in deep doo doo come November. Possibly. NK Joe says you sound good tonight, Kingpin.
What's up, everybody? Thank Zeus. Appreciate you coming by, Garage Guy. Love your videos. I watch you over on Odyssey all the time.
It depends what happens with the voting system on whether they're in trouble or not.
I agree completely. If I always say if elections are still a thing, with the way they're acting, it seems like they might have some steel in them, but I don't think they've got all the steel in them.
Nobody's saying much anything out there right now. But anyway, that was the 3 topics I had for tonight. Did you see the beginning of the show, Kingpin, the very beginning? Or I don't know when you jumped in out there.
Yeah, I had you playing. That's why my computer was acting a fool. I had Salty going on. I had Scotsman going on. I had your channel going on.
So you saw the image at the beginning?
So you said there was the image at the beginning?
Yeah. We started with an image of 45 Alpha Charlie
Oh
Papa.
yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. In a moment of silence.
Yeah. Might as well be dangerous freedom. So if you talk to Seven Wonders, he knows like 3 other people that have died this year from YouTube.
Midas passed?
Dangerous and stubborn, man.
You didn't you didn't know Midas Welby died? He died like a week ago.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then Dangerous Freedom died on the 2nd.
Well, they say it comes in 3s, right?
A lot more than 3, man. Because if you figure,
Yeah. A lot of people are dropping lately.
Yeah.
This 45 Alpha Papa, what ended up getting him? I know the wife said something about dialysis and
yeah, he had a lot of issues.
Cardiac arrest. And something said what was going on to get him in, not in bad shape, but what hit this dive.
Yeah, he originally, if I remember right, it was supposedly COVID-related pneumonia, and fevers and everything started causing other issues, and he had suffered 3 cardiac arrests while in the hospital, and it didn't look good from the start. If you go over to his channel and look in the community tab, his wife was giving everybody updates continuously, and
yeah, I just seen the one where she was letting everybody know he passed on. So she had a little info in there, but I didn't go back through checking everything out. So just curious what got him there. So
Willie Bullet Man's, he's there, but he's apparently doing pretty rough himself.
Yeah, I heard that.
What's he sick with?
He's got pneumonia and all that kind of stuff too.
Wow.
You know, Rob, you need to be embarrassed because apparently your lady out there knows more about what was going on with 45 Alpha Papa Charlie than you do.
Oh, she's stalking me again. Damn it.
Yeah, apparently.
She should make me a drink.
See, she knew. She knew. How come you didn't, Rob?
I am. Good girl. Well, that's a sad deal. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are going. Ron, not to risk any problems, but it seemed like he was just being stubborn. He looked like shit for a few weeks. Like, he would say, I don't trust doctors. Well, whatever the hell you're doing ain't working, man. So I'm not a fan of him either, but he was
sick. Rob was right. He was He was a stubborn dude, but he was a good dude, man.
He was decent. Yeah, and he's, being stubborn is what killed my dad. So God forbid he'd let me do his damn laundry. Oh no. So slip and fell basically. So, but yeah, that's how people are.
Oh man, that's all downers. Good Lord.
Well, hopefully G23's wife's doing better. So I know she got home from the hospital a week or so ago, and he's been doing shows lately. So
Yeah, he said she was doing better.
man, this ammonia thing seems like it's really kicking people's ass lately.
Black Cat didn't get a chance to meet the lady at any of the Pennsylvania rallies, Rob.
Don't believe so. The one I went with Black Cat with, she didn't go with that one. So I kind of carpooled, drove close to him, and then rode with him the rest of the way. And still owe him a few bucks for gas. I offered, he said no, but like a dumbass, I should have just gave him money anyway. Feel bad about that, but one of these days.
But I met your lady at DC, right, Rob?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's usually like a 50-50. Depends what's going on. She likes to come with me with a lot of that type of stuff, but once in a while, if things are, different scheduling, then I'll get out by myself or vice versa or whatever.
RL says you keep him away from his girl. He's afraid you're going to steal her, I guess. RL,
He couldn't handle her.
Oh, Rob's starting. He's starting to. Where'd it go? There we go.
She's small, but she's feisty.
Yeah, he's threatening to tell her stories about you.
He's probably got better ones.
What kind of stories could there possibly be that Rob hasn't done live on the internet already?
Yeah, I don't know, but
boy.
she's showing interest in those stories. So you might want to disclose them before he gets a chance to.
I'm good. All those girls at the rally were my sister. She knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. About to hear me get beat.
He's asking if you've seen Bigfoot yet. Only when he's drinking vodka.
Possibly once.
Well, I would agree normally with you, Buck, but I've seen him, and it was outside of New York, so he does go some places.
He normally travel quite a bit, but not this year. Basically due to everything, not due to restrictions that I care, but due to the issue of a lot of that type of stuff and whatnot. But don't feel like going somewhere just to deal with more BS or getting harassed on the way and all this crap. But even this year we've been out and about, got some on video places, but haven't traveled like normal, unfortunately. Or camped like normal. Normally we camp like crazy, but with all this going on, the campsites they're like more packed than my neighborhood. It's ridiculous. So
in the middle of winter?
No, not in the winter. just throughout the summer and
Well,
stuff.
you said this year. I'm like, we're not even a month in
Yeah,
yet.
well, this year, last year, this whole
Yeah.
COVID crap deal. So it's kind of put a kink in a lot of things, or changed a lot of things, the atmosphere of it, I guess.
See, and unlike you, she's not so quick to say that it actually was Bigfoot. Yeah, I still stand by my theory. It was just a really tall redneck in a ghillie suit.
In New York?
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, you get out the mountains and
No,
shit up in New York. Oh yeah, they got some rednecks up there.
no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of country in New York.
It can't,
There's
redneck.
areas where people drive their tractors to the gas station, man.
Yeah, that don't make them rednecks.
Oh yes, it does.
No.
Matter of fact, I've seen bar stool racers that will drive down to the gas station.
So back up.
That was the funny Rob. The other Rob, RL says that was the funniest drunk story ever on his channel. Yeah, but I think we were off the air for most of it. RL, most of that didn't make it onto the air.
Oh, it's just funny because I was really drunk.
Yeah.
That evening, there's a hell of a story that I haven't shared. There's actually a video, but that ain't ever gonna see the light of day. The night I drank Black Cat under the table.
I don't remember that part.
Oh yeah,
I
he was begging
there.
for mercy.
I don't remember going that
Keep
way.
in mind, every one of his beers was like three shots of vodka for me.
Yeah, I don't think we were still on air for that. I want to say that was in the after chat. I really do. But maybe it was on air. I don't honestly, but nobody else seems to remember it except for you, me, Moo, and Rob. So I want to say it was off air.
Wasn't that during the middle of the day on a Saturday?
No, this was at night.
No,
That
That was
wasn't
the evening.
that wasn't the same day that that Amber showed up.
No.
All right, okay.
Speaking of Moo, there he is. Saying, did someone say
What's up,
Bigfoot?
man?
yeah, it was a good time, man. Like shit. I used to barely ever drink, but you guys got me drinking more, especially Black Cat stuff. And then you listen to some of these chats, and it just forces you to drink. So it's hard. But
I think I was the only one that was sober that night.
I kind of miss. Yeah, it'd be fun having Moo and Black Cat. One of them chats with some alcohol again.
Real quick, 2 programming notes. What's up, Fiend Dog? And I think Bernie's asking for a link.
What?
He says nobody wants Bernie on their chat. Yeah, we do. That's a challenge accepted.
That's a challenge accepted, but I don't have his email. Do you?
If he wants to get on here, I'll make sure I get his email address.
Now, Moo says that. Oh, where'd it go? One more. It moved again. There we go. That show where Rob was talking about Bigfoot goes down the top 5 chats, and then the Christmas Eve one on my channel he says goes in the top 2. Yeah, Moo was hammered on that Christmas Eve. That was 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that was good times, man.
Yeah. The Moo getting put on the 5-minute rule and thinking that he was timed out and not supposed to talk for 5 minutes, and totally misunderstanding what or even explaining it to him, and he still was so gone he couldn't understand what we were telling him. Yeah, that was a funny one.
Now Moo's got to be all responsible and shit. No fun. Got
I
bust.
think you can still make that Scotsman's challenge happen with Black Cat. I'm pretty sure he's open to doing some drinking with you.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me again. Oh, there's Guns and Barbecue. Evening there, barbecue.
How's it going?
Oh, hide the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, he's more of a smoker.
Hey, he was willing to pay Black Cat $20 to chug some sweet baby rays earlier.
You know,
I
Black
may
Cat.
have known that Black Cat wasn't monetized, so I was hoping he'd just jump on it and I'd be like, oh man, there's no super chat button. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Should have
Black
took
Cat.
you up on that. It was only like a third of a bottle.
Yeah, the Black Cat. That's the other one that goes in the top two. That in the Christmas Eve episode where Moo was hammered are the top two.
Hey, Guns and Barbecue. Do you know Smeggy42, right?
Yeah.
If you get a chance, go back and watch his live stream from I think it was yesterday morning, yesterday during the day sometime. He went through his patches and his stickers. Dude, I think I thought that you had a patch collection. This guy had a giant box.
Let's say there's guys out there that make my collection look like child's play.
You'd enjoy watching it, man. He goes through the whole thing and it's really cool because he's got a lot of the old school stuff too.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I wish I was around for back in the day. Unfortunately, I was too dumb to realize that when everybody was mentioning gun channels, it was actually gunchannels.com, not just a bunch of gun channels on YouTube.
And as far as Misfit Darling, did I go to the DC rally today? There's no more DC rallies for me. That's not that would not be a wise decision for me to make in my life.
Yeah. She's asking if we saw the Halloween chat when she was a vampire. No, but we heard about after stories about that night. That's all I'm going to say
Now
on that
that was a good night.
front. Yeah, you told us all about that night. Well, not all about, but you left enough innuendo where we could figure out what was going on.
Damn, we need to do that again. Man,
Yeah, the Hatfield one of the Hatfield chats that stand out to me is the battle between him and Sarge during the wrestling chat.
Oh, another good one was a wrestling chat where they're talking about. I was there for this one. I was actually on the panel. Who the best world champion was, and they both looked at me with incredulity because I said Hulk Hogan was better than Flair, because Flair was the champion while the NWA was dying. Hulk Hogan was helping lift the WWF to the top, and they both. I don't know if either one of them's ever forgiven me for that one.
I'd have to go with Macho Man Randy Savage. Speaking of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, New York Kingpin, I realize you guys have that short-term memory stuff, but Great American Outdoor Show is coming up, and pretty sure there's a tag team match that was arranged a while back. Me and Midnight Range versus you two with special guest referee Unloaded Media.
Oh, I didn't forget. I've been practicing ever since.
Yeah, I remember that one too. RL, he's talking about where you got Hatfield to Google's YouTube live once. Oh, another good live chat that could be in the top 5 was Alan B Pro's first one that he ever did.
Yeah. Real quick, are you Rich? Are you still planning on going to the Great Outdoor Show?
Yeah, we got our room and everything. We're going the last weekend.
You going the last weekend? You said.
Yeah.
So Guns and Barbecue and Rob's are either one of you guys. I mean, I only live like an hour and a half away from there. I don't know how far where you guys live. Are you planning on going?
I would like to, but I've got somewhere between a 4 and 5 hour trip, depending on who's driving. And right now, it's looking like if I go, I'm probably gonna have to try and catch a Greyhound.
Yeah, man, Pennsylvania's a big state, so I get that, man. What about Fiend Dog? Fiend Dog saying he's debating Black Hat. I know he lives kind of far up, like
Mhm.
far away, like Guns and Barbecue does.
Yeah.
Guys
Black,
talking about that Cape deal. I'm gonna have to let her out. Just to
Black
get
Cat also,
crazy.
Black Cat also says Midnight would look like the Big Show next to you guys. No, he would look more like King Kong Bundy,
No,
like I said
no.
last night.
Midnight and I make the perfect 10. When we stand next to each other, we make the perfect number 10.
Yeah, that was a good one too, Black
Ask
Cat.
him, he'll tell you.
Yeah, Black Cat also brought up the Rich 1911 chat where we all were in there with Alan B Pro type names.
Rob, is that your lady in the dog cage?
Hey, man. Hey.
No. I'm not knocking you. That's a round of applause, my friend.
Hey. That Cape thing
dishwasher
got
in
me
the
excited. She can get out now.
It's no place to keep your dishwasher.
That's funny. That's really funny.
All right, let me clarify. So people are out there freaking out. I didn't force her in the cage. Cat just got fixed per se, so stomach's all shaved and all that. This can't be jumping on things, so we had to kind of throw an X pen up in there for the cat to be isolated and not jumping on things. So, and the lady just happened to climb in there to play with the cat. I took advantage and made it look like something was done. So. No reason to call the feds.
Fiend Dog says he's going on the 5th, so I don't really follow dates. What's that mean to you, Rich? What's the 5th mean?
That's the first day.
Oh, okay. The weirdest thing is, I'm not too sure what part of Pennsylvania Fiend Dog lives in, but living in central Maryland, I might actually be the closest one there.
It's a good possibility.
No, I'd say we're both probably equal distance away.
Yeah, it takes me an hour and a half tops to get to Harrisburg.
Yeah, you might be a little closer, then. Unless you're speeding. I don't.
No, I don't speed anymore.
Uh-huh. Everybody in Maryland speeds.
Too many years with my early driver's license handing it over to judges, so I decided I'm going to stop.
I thought it was because you haven't went speeding since you went to DC last.
Fiend Dog says he's 2 hours away from the Poconos, so he may be a little closer, depending on which direction from the Poconos.
I think Kingpin still got him.
Moose says
that is true. I do own a helicopter, but I'll drive. When I'm kind of hanging out with the peasants, I'll just drive so you guys feel like I'm one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, MK Joe lives a half an hour away from me. I could pick him up and take him.
Yeah, you could. We're going
to hang out with us anymore, so
we're going up on the 12th, which is the day before, but we gotta wait till she gets off work, so we're not going to be able to go to the show that night. But we're going to go up and check into our hotel and then go on that Sunday. Which I tell you what, from if 2020 is any indication, the last Sunday is when you want to go. That everybody's, as far as the vendors and stuff, they're all still there, but there's not going to be as big. There wasn't as big of a crowd, so we were actually able to talk more with the vendors and stuff on that Sunday than we were the Saturday.
Blackhead said he's just about as far away as I am.
Well, I'm not interested in the show, but if there's any badass party, definitely let me know.
You're just afraid to get your ass kicked by me in Midnight Range?
Nah, not that. Just
I got
not
I
a
got
window shopper.
I got us covered, Rob. Don't worry. I'm not gonna let you down, man.
Man, you
Well,
and
that'd
Rob.
be one of the attractions at the party, right? The ring out in the parking lot.
Let's be perfectly honest. This the you Kingpin and Rob against Midnight and Guns and Barbecue would be like the Malky brothers taking on the natural disasters.
Yeah, but the Mulkey brothers had at least one win.
And the natural disasters had quite a few wins.
Well, we're both
No,
0
no.
right now. We're both 0 right now.
I feel like if you're going to compare this to anything, this would be like the Mega Powers versus the Bushwhackers.
Hey, you
No, I
haven't
don't.
seen the Aztec Warrior in action.
But you and Black Cat look like the actual Bushwhackers, though.
He's not wrong.
We would if Black Cat and I were the team. I'll give you that.
Defense stats here.
Yep. Even defense dead.
Conquistador number 1 is a little bit taller.
Defense stat says, wouldn't they be more like Cheech and Chong? Referring to Midnight and Guns and Barbecue. No. Cheech and Chong are way too skinny to be these two. That would be more like Rob and Kingpin. Only taller than Cheech, obviously, because Cheech is a short guy.
Every time Mario Mosen hears me on a chat, he always says, Kingpin sounds like he's faded.
Yeah, your voice threw me for a loop when we met. But that happens sometimes. Same thing with me. Shit. Half my customers, don't want to open the door when they realize I'm not white.
Yeah, my voice is
Just kidding.
absolutely ridiculous. And I don't use any kind of mic. I just talk, and the microphone on my laptop is picking it up. So not only do I have a ridiculous voice, but also have ridiculous audio. Well, Rob and I would look more like Cheech and Chong, except for neither one of us have any facial hair. And, well, okay, Rob would look a little bit like Cheech because Rob's got darker complexion and Cheech was a little darker complexion, but he didn't have any facial hair. My hair is real short and I don't have any facial hair. We don't look like Cheech and Chong Black Cat.
No. No, definitely not.
Well, I figure, we can just spin around the outside of the ring for a while and these guys will get tired. But from what I hear, barbecue fights dirty. So, and Midnight's been under the weather. So I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. But yeah.
You're dang right. I've been under the weather too, but by the time we meet at the outdoor show to have this match, I'll be ready to go. And whenever the ref says that I did something dirty, I'm like, I saw nothing.
He does have a point there.
Well, if this is the ref, you may not see anything either.
I have to make sure he doesn't have any, pocket full of pepper or anything like that to throw in our eyes. Yeah, damn cooks.
I'm going to use my Joe Budden impression and whisper real quick. Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich.
What?
He's blind.
Huh? What?
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 Speak up. He can't hear you.
Oh, I can't hear you. What was that?
He's got no problem seeing the females.
Yeah, the problem is they got to get really close. And then I'm like, oh, crap, you look like a pterodactyl.
Dude, you were in the zoo. That was a bird.
That explains why she was so hairy.
But
He's
if
hitting
you
on the
get that
platypus.
close, you know.
I swear to God, she was built like a gorilla, but now it just makes sense. Now it was a gorilla.
Yeah.
Things like that happen. Oh. Poof dear. Come here, Poof dear.
On the bright side, I mean, it's kind of surprising how gentle a gorilla can be.
Love is love, man. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah. Moo says that Midnight would cheat and cut himself in duck fat. It's possible.
Wait a minute.
They need to
Is
frisk
he a
him for chef knives.
It'd be a surprise that he cheated. Is one thing that I'm shocked at. No. And why would he coats himself in duck fat every day? Like you know that already too. So what would be different than any other day at midnight?
Yep. Ain't gonna be no baby oil for Midnight Range. All duck fat.
Mm-hmm. It served the same purpose.
I'll lather myself down in bacon grease.
Man, you're gonna make the crowd hungry.
Now, is there
Gotta do
going to
something
be
to
like
attract the ladies.
costumes with this?
If you
Of
want.
course.
Rob's gonna come out dressed as Jay Lethal, dressed as Randy Savage.
That can't happen. I'm going as Randy Savage.
Well, he's gonna be
Midnight-
Jay Lethal as Randy Savage. So,
I know.
It could happen.
Oh, I'm going to be my own El Jefe. Ah!
Fiend Dog out there quoting Jesse Ventura: "Win if you lose, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat." Black
Will they
said,
get disqualified for pulling out my wig?
No.
Man, that's dirty.
Wig's fair game.
Yep. Only hair pulling gets you disqualified
Well, no, you got a 5 count for that.
On-
guy.
on a second offense. That is.
No, it's still only a 5 count that you have to let go by.
I'm the only one that's got hair.
Yeah, so you're in trouble.
What I
Well, you
really
can always
can't wait
grab
for.
you can grab their facial hair. Yeah,
What I
they
really
grab-
can't wait for is seeing Midnight Range with the Hulk Hogan bald mullet.
Kingpin, they grab your hair, and then you can grab Barbecue's beard. And I'll just let it go because you're both pulling each other's hair in a way. So.
Well, we already established that you're okay with cheating many different times during the wrestling show. So
Yeah, I'll just let it go. I mean, let them go. But, unless somebody pulls a razor blade and is trying to cut the other guy instead of themselves, then that I can't allow.
Are there going to be any female matches?
You don't want a mass transit incident?
well,
No.
if there's gonna be a female match, but we gotta wrestle Barbecue and Midnight, dude. So there's 2 girls right there.
Oh, man.
Oh,
No, that's not the type of females I'm thinking about. But if there's a slot, I wouldn't mind throwing my lady in the mix. She talks a lot of shit. Let's see what she can do.
Oh, so you're putting her up as trophy, huh?
so this is turning into
No,
a
no,
intergender
no,
match
no.
See how it is?
Competitor.
I cannot wait to win your sandwich maker.
now? Man, you gotta be careful there, Rob. I mean, you don't want Midnight giving her the Bundy splash.
Whoa, Bundy!
Oh,
Not wrong Bundy.
I'm not sure
The
what that
ping
is,
pong
but
variety.
I think I'm offended.
No. And, King Kong Bundy was this big fat ass guy who would jump up in the air and land on people and called it the Bundy Splash.
So
No. I'm talking in the women's match.
Oh, okay. She says Midnight Lights Show. Hey man, when money's on the line, it's all fair.
You guys ever notice how whenever I refer to Rob's wife as dishwasher or sandwich maker, he never denies it?
that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I've said it a dozen times. Everybody knows that's ridiculous. Everybody has a turn around here. We all have a dish night. We all vacuum. We all do everything. It's a team effort, folks.
Yeah, he's only saying this because she's out in the chat.
Yep.
Actually, technically, I always get stuck with taking out all the garbage, with doing most of her damn laundry. Oh, don't even get me started.
Uh-huh. And she's not opposed to wrestling one of you guys. And, she said she'll try to do it. She's used to it from beating up Rob. She's had plenty of practice.
Yeah, there she is starting trouble again.
Yeah, she says you're lying.
Mm-hmm. You know, I could prove that just by showing my closet and your dresser, right?
Is this a euphemism for something that should be done in private?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's all literal.
Of the obnoxious one. No stones. A good time to test that new camera on that new phone. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-oh. Man, you're in trouble, Rob.
Yeah, I do laundry. Damn right I do. That's what a man's supposed to do.
That's that nailed it.
Yeah, but like that, he's in trouble. Oh boy, when he gets off of here, he's going to kick
foreplay.
his ass.
She's a New York chick. If she doesn't curse you out, you're not doing it right.
Do people buy stuff from this outdoor show, or do they just go and look?
Oh, you can buy. There's certain stuff that's on sale and certain stuff that's not. Some of the vendors don't sell because they don't want to have to bother with the FFL stuff. But you can. I know Bear Creek Arsenal in 2020 was selling uppers and stuff like that. And Cold Steel had a booth where they were selling like knives and swords and stuff. And there were some other guys that were selling knives. And you had people that were selling like barbecue sauce and stuff like that. And archery section, there were people that were selling bows and crossbows and arrows and those kind of supplies and stuff there. So yeah, there are people that actually are selling stuff. It's not just, it's part show where you go and check out what people like SIG and Smith & Wesson and Colt and the manufacturers are coming out with, because they'll have booths, and then there will be vendors that are selling stuff too.
Bernie had a question about what aftermarket block triggers. Yes. Really, the only person that would. You'd be the only person that would have an answer for that. Rob don't mess with them. Barbecue don't mess with them. I don't.
Yeah, I've never used.
G23, I guess, would be the best person to ask that question.
Mr. Glock himself. Guy's going through an identity crisis, shooting 40 Smith and Wesson. What can you say?
Yeah, he did ask about a good aftermarket Glock triggers. I see a lot of guys getting the Apex triggers, like what Buck said. So they seem to be the one that people like. Oh my god.
Nice. Oh man,
You guys have no chance for the ultimate barbecue.
this would be crazy.
Uh-huh.
It's too bad Kingpin's gonna have to snap you like a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah.
Now you're the one that's Jay Lethal doing Randy Savage, so you gotta do the Randy Savage impression. By the way, if you've never seen Jay Lethal do his Randy Savage or Ric Flair impression, look it up on YouTube. I'm sure somebody's got it out there. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh, it's incredible. Like the Randy Savage impression is so incredible, but him and Flair wooing back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Like
Lethal outflared Flair live on Impact Wrestling years ago. It was hilarious. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to start wrapping this up because Mr. Gizzard is supposed to start here in a few minutes. So, Rob, you were the first one in. You're the first one that gets to say something before we get out of here. So, what do you got for us?
Check out R&L Displays for all your firearm display needs. Obviously, everybody on the panel here. And if I was you, I'd probably place your bets on me and Kingpin. Just due to, eating salad and whatnot. I think the odds are better. But it's just, maybe I'm biased, I don't know. But eat a salad, avoid Glocks. Have a great evening.
What about you, Kingpin?
It's going to be a bloodbath. Sunday. Come on down. Be the first and the last to see this match. It's going to be bad. So, I hate to have to do this to such nice guys, but we're going to put their shoulders on the mat for the 1, 2, 3.
It's going to be as if Midnight served him tomatoes and lettuce on a burger.
Oh, God. You're going to get somebody killed.
I told you, man.
Yeah, but Defense Dad says, wait, did he just say Gary is going? Yeah, Gary is filling in for Midnight tonight. So, yep, that is a thing. One night only. Or one Sunday only, I should say. Yeah. All righty. Well, what about you, Guns and Barbecue? What do you got?
All right, well, before I cut this super badass promo, I should tell you all that I will actually be on the Safety Ducks show tomorrow night discussing some stuff about truck driving and whatnot. So if you want to catch me live at 9:15 Eastern Time, be sure to tune into the Safety Duck for that live show. That's 8:15 p.m. for you Central Time Zone heathens. But back to this super awesome promo that I got to cut on these guys. So, do you really want to bet all your money on guys that eat salad? You know what eats salad? Rabbits. What are rabbits? Food. They get eaten. Nobody wants them. No, it's not. You're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your money. And most of all, Rob's going to put up his wife, and he's going to waste his wife. She's gonna make us sandwiches with salad and
Oh.
lettuce, tomato, all kinds of stuff. And notice he doesn't even come to her protection when we mentioned that she's a friggin' sandwich maker. That's right, folks, because he knows. Is she listening?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Sucker. Sucker. You got it coming.
I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Wait a minute. I'm the referee. What am I cutting promos for?
Yeah, I already established, Rich. We know that you're corrupted. Everybody knows.
So what you're saying is I'm Nick Patrick when he joined the NWO.
What I'm saying is, Rob, watch out for Rich. Just because he's got the black and white stripes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he
I'm
won't
gonna say
hit you.
if Rich comes out with a tennis racket, I think we all need to watch.
Hey, I'm not Jim Cornette. Give me some credit here. Oh, by the way, she says you're all going to starve.
I'm just going off of what he said. I have way more respect for you than that.
Oh, no, baby. You're talking shit.
Or something. And say, this guy, he goes, eats all your strawberries, fibs about it. And it's like, can you really trust him? Makes you stir concrete? Come on.
Yeah, he tries poisoning you with chicken fried steak.
Hey, I treat everybody equally.
Made in an oven. I'm pretty sure that if he really loved you, he would go to Harbor Freight and get a cement mixer.
And even though he is
Touchy subject.
We are going to destroy you guys. Technically, you shouldn't say that you treat her equally because you treat us like crap.
Yeah, I know, right? Come on now.
So, all right. Well,
you know, Kingpin,
she's got benefits, but you guys aren't that cute. I'm sorry.
Kingpin's going to make me want to side with Midnight and Guns and Barbecue here. I mean, just reminding us how bad Rob treats everybody.
Don't go too far. Rob's still my boy. I still got his back. You can talk trash about him, but you can't put your hands on him. I'm gonna have to break out the table from underneath the ring. Why is there a table underneath the ring anyway?
Because
step into a Kingpin. Oh
first.
yeah.
No, honestly, tables were underneath the ring in case the announce tables got broken.
Unfortunately, even though it's detrimental to my health, that was really good to snap into a Kingpin. That was good, dude.
Anyway, it's time to get out of here. Gizzard has just sent his links out. So we're going to leave you with the following little outro and talk about promos. It's an all-time classic promo from one Mr. Randy Savage. So, yeah, here we go. And we'll see you next week. Same unloaded time, same unloaded channel. So, evening, folks.
You guys are probably really scared right now, and I understand that completely. But I get the better of the deal, and even though it's 3 versus 2, you guys are outnumbered because we're better than you guys. Yeah, we are. We're legends in our own mind compared to you guys. Even though you guys got the egos, we have got the wrestling skill. And this guy right here, we're the Space Cowboys.